Snoop Dogg has established himself as a cherished global icon, but beneath his public persona lies a troubling secret that could drastically alter.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us.
I just wanna make you sweat.
We always felt like we're being true to everything we've always stayed representing. And our audience is worldwide. We're not even on no, we coming out here and there's some East Coast, West Coast. We got beef with the people we got beef with.
No, you gon' lose it. This Snoop. Come on, baby boo, you got to get in.
You know how the saying goes, lies can persist until the truth finally comes out. Well, November 9th, 2023 might be that pivotal moment. Recent reports suggest that the person responsible for Tupac Shakur's tragic death has been identified, and it seems Snoop Dogg could be under scrutiny as well. This is because Suge Knight's case is being reopened. Suge Knight has come forward with new claims about the West Coast hip-hop scene, asserting that he played a crucial role in the Snoop Dogg case. In the latest episode of Collect Call, with Suge Knight aired on November 9th through Dave May Breakbeat Media, Knight claims that he saved Snoop Dogg from a potential life sentence. Knight alleged that without his intervention, Snoop Dogg would still be in prison. He recounted the events leading up to Snoop's 1993 trial, where Snoop Dogg and his former bodyguard were facing serious charges related to the death of Philip Little Smooth Wallet in Los Angeles. Knight detailed a key moment where a legal strategy was devised to counter the prosecution's case, involving complex testimony about the firearms involved. Knight also revealed that he spent $6 million to tie up loose ends, including dealing with blackmail attempts and hiring a private investigator to clear the air. According to Knight, his actions led to a critical tape being suppressed. Knight has further raised questions about Snoop Dogg's legitimacy as the owner of Death Row Records. In a tape revealed by TMZ in April 2023, Knight, who is currently in prison, accused Snoop of acquiring the label through dubious means. He claimed that Snoop's involvement with the label was linked to a crime that he and Michael Harry O'Harris, a convicted criminal who helped establish Death Row, supposedly committed together. Knight accused them of bankruptcy fraud, asserting that the sale of Death Row was illegal and that Harris's legal team was complicit in the scheme.
Lawyer didn't show up, and they got a default judgment. I settled the judgment. They turned around and said I didn't settle the judgment, but they committed.
Knight continues to challenge the legitimacy of the sale and purchase of Death Row Records, citing Harris's prior bankruptcy filing as evidence of legal complications. Knight is vehemently opposed to what he perceives as an effort to transfer Death Row's ownership from black people to white individuals. He believes that such an act would be a grave injustice, emphasizing his commitment to reclaiming the label he helped establish. Knight argued, "You can't hand over Death Row, a symbol of black cultural heritage, to someone who has committed severe crimes against our community and expect it to be accepted." Despite Snoop Dogg's February 2022 announcement that he acquired Death Row Records through a deal with MK Music Group, Knight remains adamant that the label rightfully belongs to him. Knight's declaration, "I am Death Row," reflects his determination to stay connected to the label's legacy. He criticized the deal as fraudulent, asserting that such maneuvers undermine the integrity of the label's ownership. In contrast, Snoop Dogg expressed his excitement about acquiring Death Row Records, highlighting the significance of the label in his early career. He stated, "I'm thrilled and appreciative of the opportunity to acquire the iconic and culturally significant Death Row Records brand, which has immense untapped future value." Snoop thanked Blackstone, MK, and especially David Cabam for making this homecoming possible and looked forward to building the next chapter for the label. Meanwhile, Snoop Dogg recounted a near-deadly confrontation with Death Row associates. On No Limit Chronicles, he described an attack in May 1998, following his departure from Death Row for No Limit Records. According to Snoop, he was assaulted by people loyal to Suge Knight during the No Limit Records I Got the Hook Up comedy jam in Los Angeles. Knight's associates confronted Snoop over his comments about Knight, leading to a physical altercation. Despite the chaos which saw No Limit rappers, including Master P, rush to Snoop's aid, he managed to escape without injury.
And you can't commit bankrupt fraud and settle and do those types of things. So the same guy you see in the series, when you see all of his depositions.
Amidst the chaos and gunfire of the night, a riot erupted among the bewildered crowd. Snoop Dogg narrowly avoided an attack, but his situation worsened when he inadvertently ran into a police presence. With marijuana in his possession, Snoop was swiftly handcuffed and placed in the back of a patrol car. Recalling the incident, he stated, "I didn't have any cuts or bruises, but I ended up in a police car with weed in my pocket just trying to save my life." His night of turmoil was compounded by his arrest for possession, along with his cousin, rapper Daz Dillinger. To their surprise, they encountered Ray J in jail, who was found laughing about the situation. Snoop noted, "We went to jail, and when we got there, Ray J was already inside. We spent 4 hours in jail with him. I'm not making this up." The drama continued with Snoop's 1993 murder charge coming into focus during an interview on the Black Effect podcast network with Cam Capone News. McKinley Lee Jr., Snoop's former bodyguard, detailed the events leading to the first-degree murder charges against Snoop and himself. He described an altercation with gang members outside Snoop's West Los Angeles apartment, which escalated into a violent confrontation. Lee recounted, "We heard commotion downstairs. I grabbed my gun and went downstairs with Snoop. I saw a man with a gun, and when he reached for it, I fired in self-defense. The incident resulted in the death of Philip Little Smooth." Walder Mariam, who, after being shot, managed to flee but eventually collapsed and died. Lee also mentioned that Walder Mariam's friends quickly took possession of the gun, preventing police from tracing it. Snoop and Lee chose to delay their surrender until after the 1993 MTV Video Music Awards, eventually turning themselves in once things had calmed down. In their 1995 trial, they were acquitted, partly due to a key witness being paid off. After the trial, Snoop Dogg made a conscious decision to move away from violent themes in his music, a change that was not well received by all of his fans. Reflecting on this shift, Snoop said, "On my second album, The Dog Father, after beating my murder case, I chose to focus on writing about life rather than death. This choice led to me losing fans and friends who wanted me to keep glorifying gang life." This decision marked a period of personal growth for Snoop, as he sought to distance himself from the violent imagery that had previously defined his career. Meanwhile, Suge Knight, the former head of Death Row Records, has been vocally frustrated about losing control of the label. Knight has accused Snoop Dogg and Michael Harris of fraudulently acquiring Death Row Records, alleging that Snoop's 2022 purchase of the label was based on deceitful practices. According to Knight, Snoop's success with Death Row was heavily reliant on the support Knight provided during his tenure. Knight has also claimed a significant role in Snoop's 1996 murder case, asserting that he played a crucial part in Snoop's acquittal by allegedly bribing a key witness. This controversial claim has intensified the complex and strained relationship between Knight and the label. Snoop Dogg has also shared a deeply personal and emotional account of his visit to Tupac Shakur's hospital room following the 1996 shooting. Despite existing personal tensions, Snoop made a point of visiting Tupac, where he encountered Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur. Afeni encouraged Snoop to reconcile and express his feelings, leading to a poignant moment of reflection for Snoop. He acknowledged this visit as his final opportunity to connect with Tupac and convey his respect and love. This moment underscored the deep and complex relationships within the hip-hop community, highlighting the personal struggles and emotional connections behind the public figures. After his trial, Snoop Dogg chose to shift away from violent themes in his music, which led to backlash from fans who preferred his earlier gangster style. Snoop explained that his move to focus on life instead of death on his album The Dog Father was a period of personal growth. Meanwhile, Suge Knight, former head of Death Row Records, has accused Snoop and Michael Harris of fraudulently acquiring the label and claimed that he played a crucial role in Snoop's 1996 acquittal. Dwayne Keith Davis, connected to Tupac Shakur's murder, has made claims about a $1 million payment from Sean Diddy Combs for the hit, though there's no evidence linking Combs to the crime. Additionally, Snoop's emotional visit to Tupac in the hospital and his meeting with Tupac's mother, Afeni, added depth to their complex relationship. These stories reflect the intricate and dramatic interplay of personal and legal battles within the music industry. In a dramatic twist to the ongoing investigation into Tupac Shakur's murder, Dwayne Keith Davis has made shocking claims about a $1 million payment from Sean Diddy Combs related to the crime. Davis, who has been charged in connection with Shakur's death, asserts that while his confession only details his own actions, he hints at potential involvement by Combs. Despite these startling allegations, there is no substantial evidence or active investigation linking Combs directly to the murder. The claims have sparked renewed speculation but have yet to result in any formal charges or significant legal repercussions for Combs. The unfolding narratives involving Snoop Dogg's shift in musical focus, Suge Knight's allegations of fraud, and the dramatic claims surrounding Tupac Shakur's murder offer a vivid portrayal of the complexities and ongoing drama within the music industry. Each story weaves into a broader tapestry of how personal experiences and legal battles intersect with public personas, ultimately shaping the legacies of those involved.